DeKalb CUSD428.
Yeah. Those are they here?
No. I would like to get him here. So
That's fine. That's fine.
So those two people are done?
No, I don't think we're coming. But we have to formally accept his nomination.
I gotta warn you, there's no snowing problem.
I got me too.
Tracy saw that change in our
So we'll figure it out. You're still fine.
Then there was a recommendation.
Okay.
You don't have to read it. It's just recommend motion to approve non-consent
And do I need to read the change?
So May Day instead of...
The change, do I need to read that?
Does it come with a May basket?
What is this part of it's A through F?
It's a motion to email.
Right, but it's in the consent. So it should be made.
All right.
So if there's no motion on the floor, it's going to be a nice picture of that.
All right. We'll get started tonight for everybody who braved the weather tonight. Geez, Vicki came in from out of town almost. Well done. I'd like to call our regular meeting to order, Vicki.
Colin Barnes.
Here.
Nina Fontana. Michael Lord.
Here.
Jessica Lyons.
Here.
Tom Mattia. Mike Burbick.
Here.
Tracy Williams.
Here. And join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I thought with the forensics kids coming in tonight, we have a lot of public speakers to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, but we're going to have a few changes due to the weather, so. First and foremost, the recognition of the DeKalb High School forensics team. I'm going to read the names, but they will be coming to another meeting just with the weather tonight. Determined that it might be best not to fight it on the roads. But we'll go ahead and read through this. The Board of Education will recognize the students of the DHS forensics team for winning their 9th consecutive sectional championship on Saturday, February 9th. The team finished first in a field of 26 qualifying teams and led the pack in qualifying 9 events for the IHSA State Finals in Peoria. Team members are Chris Clark, Kelsey Faber, Sam Ime, Jaylene Jennings, Sarah Gillick, Jacob Maas, Dennis Spiratos, Andrew Stratton, and Lauren Zilea. Excuse me, Lauren, if I said that wrong. But congratulations to them. They're coached by Greg Solomon and TJ Fontana. We'll do this appropriately some night when it's more opportunistic, but they truly are something out there. It's great. And then Wendy Creeloo and Carol Best here this evening. We need to recognize them as well.
They're going to come next meeting.
Yeah, okay. All right, so we'll just leave that one. But we'll go on to the acceptance of gifts and donations. It's been recommended that the Board of Education accept with gratitude the donation of $9,417.01 in grants from the DeKalb Education Foundation.
So moved.
Okay, moved by Mike and seconded by Michael. And thank you to the Education Foundation.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Vicki?
Colin Barnes.
Yes.
Michael Lord.
Yes.
Jessica Lyons.
Yes.
Mike Burbick.
Yes.
Tracy Williams.
Yes. No public comment cards tonight, I don't believe. Board committee reports and correspondence. Anyone? Colin, anything new?
No.
Okay, the FFAC will be meeting next Wednesday evening, and there is some progress being made at various subcommittee levels, and as we get closer to making determinations, those will all be good ones for you guys to attend, so I encourage you to do that. Okay, on to the non-business consent agenda. It's been recommended that the Board of Education approve the non-business consent agenda items A through F. So moved. Thank Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. We're going to reverse it this time. Vicki?
Michael Lord,
Yes.
Jessica Lyons,
Yes.
Mike Burbick,
Yes.
Tracy Williams,
Yes.
Colin Barnes.
Yes.
Okay, the approval of the Founders Bus Drop-Off Lane Project. It's been recommended that the Board of Education award the bid.
What is this under business consent? A through B. Business consent.
We don't approve them both, we approve the business consent adjustment.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
right.
which automatically approves it.
Approve A and B.
Oh, bid,
No,
okay.
You approved the
Wednesday.
non-business, but not the,
The business is individual?
The
yeah.
business is
You approved the non-business, you need to approve the business.
business consent,
Yeah.
but it's under
Individual
A
business.
and B, no, it's together.
Yeah, we have
We do them
two
together.
two
Yeah, we go
separate.
together, yeah.
We do them together, it's consent
Oh, I thought you
agenda.
said you didn't need it.
No, you're saying we would approve them as a combination of the two, we don't need to approve them individually.
So do you want me to read both of these or no?
No, just business approved consent agenda A through B.
Okay, approval of the business consent agenda items A through B. Need a recommendation.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second?
Thank you. Vicki?
Jessica Lyons,
Yes.
Mike Burbick,
Yes.
Tracy Williams,
Yes.
Colin Barnes,
Yes.
Michael Lord.
Yes.
Okay, the summer facility operation staffing proposal, Tammy Carson.
Thank you. That time of year again, we're already starting to plan for the summer. In planning for the summer, we, in past years, have always hired temporary staff. It's varied by number depending on the projects that we've had. This year, we've analyzed how we're going to approach it, and we are recommending the same as last year, which is to hire 15 staff members on temporary basis. We always look to the previous year's group, invite those back that did a good job for us, and then look outside and hire up to the fifth level of 15. We would have them for about an 11-week period, depending on their own schedules, and the cost would not, their salary cost would not exceed $65,000, which is comparable to past years. Yes.
I'm not sure if it's a typo. You talked about a 15-week period last summer, and it's 11-week period, but the dates are the same?
It's 11 weeks last year and this year, so that must have been a typo.
Okay.
My error, sorry about that.
Any other discussion?
At some point coming up, I mean, there's an issue with hiring temporary employees that work more than 37 hours and can provide benefits, health insurance, all that, correct?
The 600-hour mark,
Is that what it is?
the 600-hour for subs or temporary employment, because these are categorized as temporary. They don't actually go into that IMRF classification because there is a distinct beginning and end to their employment with us.
I was thinking from the federal government perspective of having to apply for, provide health insurance for seasonal employees, seasonal being defined as 3 months, correct?
Under the new regulations?
Yes. I don't know when all that takes effect, but I know it's been a discussion like with the DeKalb Park District, seasonal employees, and
Right.
have to reclassify and make sure they don't work over 37 hours. I don't know if that's on our radar.
It is
Okay.
through the insurance, but I don't think this year it's something that we need to be considering.
2014.
Just real quick.
Sure.
I noticed that you got the 25% increase for each additional year. Is that something that we've been doing
It is not,
previously?
since I've been here, I understand it was something prior to my time with the district. And since I have been here, we have been at the minimum wage level. We have some individuals that this is their third and fourth summer returning to us. And obviously they're returning to us, they do a good job for us or we wouldn't be inviting them back. So we are looking to increase them by 25 cents per year that they've been with us. And if they're brand new, then they come in at minimum wage.
Do we have trouble hiring students for this position?
I wouldn't say trouble hiring. There's usually enough candidates out there. Individuals that truly want to work 40 hours and truly want to be at work by 6:30 in the morning and not give up 2 weeks for camp and a week for vacation and give us the time that was required, that's where we run into some hurdles. And the quality of their work. If they don't do a good job, let them go. I mean, it's just the fact of that we have a lot of work to do in a short amount of time, so we lay out the expectations pretty clearly with them.
Jessica? All right, thanks. You're up next with the NIU lease agreement, the use of Huntley Middle School auditorium.
This is some information for you tonight. NIU approached us recently, I think it was in December, we met with Roger Scott at Huntley Middle School, as well as many individuals from NIU. NIU is going to be going through a renovation project at Stevenson Hall, or Stevens Hall, excuse me. And this is going to be a 3 to 5 year renovation process. And two individuals that you should be aware of that are in the room is Ms. Bollinger and Dr. Schwartz from NIU. Schwantes, sorry, from NIU. So if you do any specific questions for them, they are here to answer anything you might have. But what we are looking to enter into with NIU is to allow them to lease our Huntley Auditorium and Stage, starting out with a 3-year lease term with 2 years potentially of renewal after that, because the renovation is expected to be 3 to 5 years. We've negotiated a schedule which is outside of the school day, so it will not disrupt our students. Dr. Scott has had numerous conversations with NIU to make sure that we're not having any conflicts with the students' schedules that are going on, and with any potential performances that Huntley may be having in their auditorium. NIU is going to be working with us on that. So what the lease agreement proposes is that NIU would be leasing the space for $30,000 a year, is the rental fee, and an upfront cost of $10,000 one-time fee, which will pay to have a card access system, a card reader put in and near the overhead door by the auditorium, so they would have only access through that door. And then in addition to those two costs, they're also agreeing to pay for an employee, a custodial staff member, because of the hours they're looking to be in the building. Many of the hours are outside of our standard hours for custodians. This staff member we would hire would cover the hours needed by NIU and still allow us to utilize this person for the hours they're working to keep the building open and then secure it when they are done. So to me, after many discussions we've had on this, it's definitely a win-win for us and for NIU. It allows us to add another employee, a part-time employee to our staff. It will be temporary. They will be hired under the agreement. It is for the term of the lease agreement. But NIU pays for the entire cost of that staff member, including benefits. So, or taxes and benefits, I should say. So at this point, what we're looking to do is, again, answering questions you might have about this lease agreement. They're looking to basically use the space for 7 major performances, main stage performances, I think is how they term it. Each one will last about 4 weeks. So they will be in our building for approximately 28 weeks out of the 52-week year. It will not disrupt our summer cleaning schedule. They will not be in our buildings from middle of May until about August 1st, so we'll be able to easily clean the building during that time. And again, they're willing to work with us to adjust schedules as needed so that we are not disrupting any of the Huntley events or students' schedules.
It's been brought to my attention that the lease start date should be May 1 and not April 1.
I just found that out today,
okay,
that it's been altered. We originally had been talking April 1, but because of the time frame of trying to get through all the boards and all the legal, it's been moved to May 1st.
I guess my concern is regarding criminal background checks. How do we control who's coming in and out?
Well, they will only, the groups that will be in will be led by a graduate student and or NIU staff member at all times. We have an agreement with NIU that all individuals that are coming into our building will have a background check. We can approach it the same way we have with construction, and that is that they go through the criminal background check. It processes so that we have record in our human resources department. We issue temporary badges to those individuals that have been approved, and those must be worn at all times.
Do they have to go through the entrance, through the front office?
No, they do not. It's going to be really a random check to make sure that everybody present has their badge on.
I guess I'm concerned about that part of it, and I know I shouldn't be, but I am. Is there a way that when our kids are in school in session that we can send them through?
Well, they won't be using this space until 2:30 every day. They cannot come into the building until 2:30. Their badges are not, their card swipes won't even work till that time. So just like if we have a basketball club using our buildings or someone else, it's the same type of scenario. This is just more of a long-term lease agreement And because of that, we've asked for criminal background checks on all individuals.
Which they have to go on to get those.
I believe we're still at ROE. Did that change?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The ROE's office will handle that.
Kish had to go to the other ROE.
Oh, no, DeKalb County will still handle that.
Anyone else? All right. Thanks, Tammy. And by the way, I think it's pretty cool that there'll be some good stuff going on in that auditorium.
We greatly appreciate the partnership with the district.
Yeah, we're glad we can help.
Yeah, that's a good facility that is underutilized, I think, to some degree there, so good for you. Okay, request to bid office supplies and paper, Andrea Gorla. Well, first, let me say it's been recommended that the Board of Education grant permission to administration to bid paper and supplies for the 2013 and 14 school year. Need a motion?
So moved. Second.
Thank you and thank you. Andrea?
Yes. So this becomes a seasonal event for us. And in order to invite some competitive pricing for us, we put a bid list out with the most commonly used supplies, and then for our copier paper and construction paper. So this evening, that's what we're requesting your permission to go out and do.
Discussion? Vicki?
Mike Rubick,
Yes.
Casey Williams,
Yes.
Colin Barnes,
Yes.
Michael Ward,
Yes.
Jessica Lyons.
Yeah.
Okay, and before you sit down, Andrea, the approval of the copier contract, it's been recommended that the Board of Education award a 36-month copier contract to R.K. Dixon at the cost of .004 cents per copy, and approve the purchase of 12 new copiers, of which each middle school will receive 6, for the cost of $99,500.
So moved. Second.
Thank you.
Thank you. Otherwise, I'm going to sick the middle schools. This again is, our lease agreement had expired last year. So these units have been paid for, but and we're a year out on them actually. And we are right now in the state of where we need to start a replacement cycle. So what we've decided to do, and R.K. Dixon actually has been a great partner with us, so we have benefited with them, is to phase in all of this instead of going out and buying a brand new fleet for all the buildings. They've actually outlined a plan, and we've sat down and spent an enormous amount of time with Ben, Brian, myself, and various copier companies to come up with somewhat of a plan. And RK has provided excellent service for us, and they've done some reconditioning to our existing machines. So as we purchase these, some of the old ones that have still been identified as having a useful life will find their way to some of the elementary buildings to help them out on the volume of copiers they've been doing as well.
Discussion? Michael?
Right, I'm confused. It shows the total cost for the R.K. Dixon's $170,100, and which is more than the Xerox Direct of $100,000 each one.
But Xerox Direct did not have, I didn't have the price per copy in there. And that's my fault, actually. As we extended these, we did the price per copy for each of these. The problem with Xerox Direct is that we would not, and the issue we've had in the past is being able to provide us with service in the DeKalb area. And it's my understanding, and maybe Brian, you could help out with this, that because they're a state contract, the vendor who will be servicing us, we're not quite certain where they could be coming from, all different areas out to DeKalb. And that's been our struggle with previous vendors who have done that. They don't have local clients a lot of times, and our service has been the bigger issues more than the copiers have been.
R.K. Dixon will be the same 2 or 3 technicians all day for every time they're out. Xerox Direct, it could be somebody from Wisconsin, it could be somebody out of Chicago or Rockford, and it would just be very random. Because it would be Xerox corporate that would service versus somebody that's going to go through and provide the training for our staff and go through and support our systems on a daily basis and know the problems. You know, if there's a problem daily, you know, at Huntley, you know, they're more apt to be able to troubleshoot, or, hey, you know, we know this is happening over here, let's warn them before they break this rule over here.
So it's closer in the actual dollar amounts than what it is here. Is it just coincidence that the cost of the copies of $17,600 is equal to the cost savings for the new contract?
No, that is just, I mean, that just happened. The nice thing that RK did was we have an existing contract with them at all of our other buildings, that they would actually lower the price per click for us district-wide. That's why I did the second schedule for you to look at with the cost savings on there. Xerox also did a different type of pricing. In fact, they sent a myriad of variations of how to price out their contract. And we were interested in just give us a price per click that includes all the maintenance and everything bundled together.
If you're looking at just the Xerox devices, the ones from Xerox Direct are actually a different model than the ones from RK Dixon. They skipped out on color scanning, and there was something else. So they just kind of glossed over some of our requirements, our requests, and just kind of skipped a couple little pieces of the hardware of the puzzle. And the installation cost, by the time their setup fees and their analyst time to bring them online made them more anyway for the initial setup fee of the hardware purchase and configuration to bring it online.
I see their vehicle around quite a bit. They're obviously busy.
Yes.
They live with our
Yeah, they're making a living right here, aren't they? Anyone else? No? Okay, Vicki?
Tracy Williams,
Yes.
Colin Barnes,
Yes.
Michael Lord,
Yes.
Jessica Lyons,
Yes.
Mike Burbick.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna move on to agenda building. Anyone?
Staying consistent still. I know that we are going to be doing the school report cards. I'm very excited about that. The other thing is that, is it possible what's a pilot for the parent perception survey that's going to be mandated when they do their Illinois report cards? Can we start one this year just to see where we're at as far as parent perceptions in the school district? Everyone follow on?
We are going to.
Okay.
We're going to administer, you have to have 33% of each school's parents.
Right.
So the principals have to do a really good job of influencing parents to take the survey.
Back yesterday, there was letters forwarded to both in English and Spanish, sent to all the principals, and they were asked to send them out to all the parents, either through Skylar or email. But again, we are getting the word out that survey is available when the window is open for them to take the survey. So we're hoping to get a good turnout this year.
Jessica, I'm not sure that's going to be on the state report card this year, though.
No, it's going to be for the
It's for the following year,
Yes,
right.
so it's for 2014-15. The other thing is when we talk about that, when we talk about the technology component, I was just at a workshop and they were talking about with everything going, the parks is going to be online. The parent surveys, online registration, which we have already done, they really talked about equal access and actually instead of just telling parents to do it, is it possible we can show them how to maneuver through even things such as Skyward and even technology components that don't just do it. Some of these parents don't know how. Or even, even us, like we think the iPad is a lot of people have deficiencies on iPad, that's because they don't know how to use all the tools yet in order to effectively do that. So something along the lines for that as well.
I wonder what you're getting at there, Jessica.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Anyone else? No? All right, well, next meeting, the 18 will be back. Tom will be back for that one, so we won't muddle through the business consent agenda quite so badly. Thank you, everyone, for braving the weather, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks. I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All right, thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, thanks. See you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you guys for making.
Try to be careful.
It's a thing. I swore when I came on the board, I never listened to it.
The funniest thing is fundraiser for the track.
Please come.
Okay.